Can you tell us a bit about your motivation behind creating each class and maybe your favorite even?
Well, so when I first hired people on at Bosky, I said, look, this is my baby. It's going to become the company's teenager and then the community's adult. So the core ideas that were there were what I wanted to see. And then I let the game designers and the programmers kind of put their heads together, and I said, just give me good verbs. And don't also do the same exact things everybody else is doing. We don't have the character with the bow. We don't have the gnome that builds turrets. We have a character that's literally the jet and the person at the same time in Maverick, right? Where you have your Gatling gun and your jump jets, grappling hooks and Kitsune and Hellion, right? And my favorite, honestly, is probably the Wraith. So remember, by the way, we're Law versus Breakers, so we have two different sides from the narrative, 9 different roles we're shipping, and then we're going to have more upon release for free that just show up and you download them. But back to Wraith, the Wraith has a slide, which is incredibly gratifying, so you can slide into low gravity, fire your Spectre pistol behind you, propel yourself to the future area, reload, then triple jump off the walls, and then stab somebody in the face and kick them off the level. So it's just these kind of chaining of verbs that makes the game incredibly fun, as well as an amazing layer of polish.
Going back to the narrative you mentioned, the Law versus Breakers, you don't have a single-player campaign, so how do you tell the story through the game without the single-player campaign? Well,
I mean, I'm asked this a fair amount, and it's very important because people, they see these characters that look pretty cool, and they want to know what their backstory is. The first thing is the barks of the characters, what they say when they spawn, what they say when they kill someone, things like that. It's things on the walls, signage that lets you know what this world is about in future America that's been rebuilt after the moon frickin' exploded and there was an earthquake, as well as secondary things such as the trailer that we had to the song Spirit in the Sky that kind of showed all the characters fighting in almost like a modern version of an 80s opening of a cartoon. And so the second you see Kronos take the suitcase and hand it to Nash without even looking at him, and Nash is like, the robot, you kind of get to love them a little bit. And we also are going to have lore, as well as the possible further things we'll be sneaking out to YouTube to kind of tell the story of these characters in the world.
Gravity-defying combat is obviously a big part of the game. We played a bit of it. We're floating around, slamming down. It's a lot of fun. What have been the challenges? Has it been hard to develop a game with gravity-defying combat?
It really has, because what we found is people usually wanted to be the characters that had innate abilities to defy gravity instead of the heavies. Yeah. And so one of the things I've had to remind people about is when you're playing as the Titans with the rocket launcher, if you do blind fire and rocket jump, you can get around the map just as nimbly as any of the Assassins or any of the Mavericks. And I've seen YouTube videos of people who just do just that. The same thing with the robots, the Juggernauts. Blind firing is incredibly useful with them, as well as we were talking about before we went on camera. Their shift ability gives you a certain amount of control in variable gravity. So if a Maverick, smashes you down and you're playing as Nash, then you're not going to float up and be like that cat in that famous internet video. Hit shift and you can smack back down, maybe land on somebody's head and hit him with the Instigator shotgun.
Can you tell us a bit about the maps of the game as well? Were they designed with the anti-gravity in mind?
Yeah, so they were designed for gravity. In this game is one of those things you can participate in as much as you want to, or you don't have to. There's multiple paths going to and from each base. Generally speaking, the central area does have microgravity. However, players can create those pockets by using the Maverick class as well as Tosca 9, with the jump jets and whatnot. And also we have gravity spheres in the outside of levels, which kind of act like gravity-assisted launch, like Angry Birds Space. Yeah. And we're going to have future different types as well, where areas where we call gravity surfing, where it's kind of like buoyant, like you're kind of moving along throughout the environment. So there's different types, but you don't always have to go into it. And we even have a couple maps that don't have any variable gravity in the level itself, for those of you who want it. And I mean, we're going to ship with a bunch of maps and a bunch of modes. It's up to the community to tell us what they think is ultimately the best thing for, maybe eventually having esport and being pro.
Going back to the modes, we played Blitzball. That was a sort of sporty themed one. How do you sort of decide what modes you put in the game, and can you tell us a bit about the modes that you did end up putting in the game?
I mean, the number one mantra that I gave the design team was, I want drama. I want, the term that we use in the States is a buzzer-beating moment, where, in like a, basketball finals, it's like it's 3-2-1 and somebody releases a three-pointer and the entire game is over, one side wins and everyone loses their shit. I told the team, you don't have to do just CTF. You don't have to do just TDM. Figure out what our variants of that are. So with Overcharge, it's kind of a one-flag CTF where, you can charge the battery up to 99% and then steal it back at your base for like a last-minute kind of, win. However, some players didn't like that much. They're like, I don't like having, the victory snatched from my hands and I lost my progress. So we're like, okay, let's modify this and make just an entirely new mode called Uplink, where instead of charging the battery, you're charging each base. And the fiction we modified is you're uploading data from the grid and the world and whatnot. The fiction of game modes is not necessarily the most important. The drama is what's really important. And Blitzball is one of those ones, nothing adds tension like a timer. So by having the ball that explodes after 30 seconds when you're trying to take it to the enemy base and the ball steadily panicking as the shot clock counts down, adds a certain amount of suspense and drama to the game.
Cool. What has the feedback been like from the alpha stages of the game?
If I could go back in time, I would still do the alpha, but I would not allow it to be streamed or put on YouTube, because what we had was, it was all right. you know, but it was only really 4 ways to play, 8 characters, 4 roles, and the levels looked okay. But since then, the art team went into overdrive, and they've gotten amazingly good at making the levels shine, as well as just the overall feel of the game. You know, the game got faster after the alpha because players felt it was too slow. A lot of players after playing our game lately are having a hard time going back to other games, mind you, by the way. As well as, you know, the HUD getting polished. You now can really tell when your abilities are online because it just, you know, draws your eye to the bottom left. Balancing, tuning, things like that. The first beta wound up going very good. The second beta was freaking amazing. And then we're building into our closed final beta on June 28th. That then opens up on our Rise Up event on June 30th, where it's full open beta. If you've seen anything about this game and you think it looks mildly interesting at all, give it a go on June 30th. We think you'll like it, and hopefully maybe give us $29.99 US for it.
The game is close to launch now. How does it feel getting through this process to the launch?
Well, for me, I'm at the point where I've surrounded myself with such an amazing team that at this point in the project, there's not a ton that I can do. So I'm focusing on like what's going to be coming out after the game ships. I've already played the 10th role. You know, it's not finished yet, but like when the game's out, like people are going to be playing with the first 9 roles and 18 characters, and there's going to be a 10th coming along soon, hopefully after launch, as well as new maps and whatnot. You know, you have to have content drops in this new world order. For me in particular, to be sitting here talking to you and to see this kind of whole setup behind us and the giant banner in front of the LA Convention Center, it means a lot to me because I was working with Tim Sweeney and Mark Rain for so many years at Epic for 20 years, and that was their company. You know, they were very good to me, but then I decided to go off and do my own thing, and now that I'm here and people are lining up to play the game and they shut up and take my money, and it's like, this is my company and this is, you know, we own the IP. It's really an incredible feeling that I can't even explain.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And that was our interview directly from the E3 show floor last week with Cliff Bleszinski, the CEO of Boss Key Productions, who's doing Lawbreakers. As always, when I look at this gameplay, I'm kind of like, oh, this is the fast-paced sort of arena shooter that the console people are being robbed of by not getting Quake Champions, at least for now. So to me, having Lawbreakers there and having it looking so good the way it does, I'm really excited to get into it. So that is Lawbreakers is coming out. Remember, as Cliffy B said in the interview, that there is both a closed beta coming up and an open beta on June 30th. Where you'll be able to play the game and sort of sample it for yourself and see if that fast-paced sort of arena hero shooter action is right up your alley. Give it a go. It's free. I would really suggest that you do so. So going from this, we've taken a look at Lawbreakers. Now it's time to open the E3 box because for all of the action that happens on the show floor, for all the hands-on demos and behind closed doors demos that happens in Los Angeles, what most people outside of the expo itself are looking forward to is the press conferences themselves and the reveals that they entail. So I felt like we should stick with it chronologically and try to go through some of the trailers to see, okay, what was the big takeaway here? Which titles stood out, which didn't. So the first thing that I wanted to take a brief look at here was Star Wars Battlefront 2. Which came out with a gameplay trailer. There was a huge sort of gameplay sort of demo at the tail end of the EA press conference. But for now, I think we should take a look at the gameplay reveal trailer that was revealed during the EA Play press conference. So let's take a look at it right here.
I've waited 30 years for this. I still remember my last orders. The day the real war began.
The rebellion cannot be allowed to persist.
We weren't expecting special forces.
That's the point, Sergeant.
Impossible.
Commander, what do we do now?
We avenge our Emperor.
Resistance. Rebellion. You will burn these ideas away.
Hope cannot save
So that was Star Wars Battlefront 2, one of the games that I felt like had the nicest showing overall, actually, during the entirety of E3. It is also one thing that I wrote a news piece about afterwards, was that it's one of the games that people are saying won E3, because across the various bits of video that is strewn around on YouTube, it has the most views and it has the most engagement on social media. So for many, I think at least some analyst company says that it was actually the game that got the most sort of attention during E3, and I can understand why, because to me, this is the perfect way to say, okay, we've taken in your feedback, we're adding a campaign, multiplayer battles across all eras, and the way that was demonstrated with the Battle of Theed, we don't have time to show it to you here, was quite amazing indeed. Actually, what the trailer you just saw was the trailer that was actually shown at Star Wars Celebration, but if you want to taste a little gameplay here, we got the trailer that was actually revealed during the EA Play press conference, so let's take a look at that real quick right here.
Sector is clear. Not clear! Not clear!
Assignments. They are unusual.
Grab onto something!
I'm trying!
So, that was the real trailer that was unveiled during the EA Play press conference. It's so incredibly impressive. I can be easily persuaded by these things, and I admit this was something that really tugged at my heartstrings and really impressed me when they showed it during their EA Play press conference. I was completely blown away, and to me it's like, I really wanted to love Star Wars Battlefront, and I did. The thing is, it was too light on content and too light on actual sort of gameplay and structural variation, so to see them taking this and then just improving every aspect of it, from the looks of it at least, is very impressive to me. That, however, was expected. One thing that came completely out of the blue was Josef Fares coming out with, he made Brothers: Tale of Two Sons, and then EA picked up his studio. Hazelight is a new studio that he made, and their first game is called A Way Out. Now, both gameplay and some cinematic was revealed during the conference as one of the actual sort of surprises that was at this year's E3. So let's take a look at that gameplay trailer right here.
What's your plan?
It's my plan, and I decide what goes down. You got that?
Yeah.
Come on, Leo!
My name is Josef Fares, and I'm the writer-director of A Way Out. A Way Out is a story-driven co-op game. It is designed, played, and experienced only in split-screen co-op, which means you have to play the game with a friend, either online or on your couch. The game starts in a prison. You play as Vincent and Leo. You and a friend will get to know your characters and unfold their story together.
You don't know anything about me, man.
Maybe not. But Harvey killed someone very close to me. With or without you, I'm going after him.
Let me show you some of the scenarios in the game. On the right side, you see Leo, who's already in prison. On the left, you see Vincent, who just arrived. Now if you look to the right again, you can see that Leo can be controlled, while Vincent is in a cutscene. Here is another one. Vincent and Leo are now in the laundry room. Your goal is to smuggle sheets using a laundry cart. You can approach the scenario in different ways. Either get the cart with Vincent.
You know, I got a good pack right here. I think it's got your name on it. It's broken. I don't know.
Or with Leo.
Get over here, you idiot! Yeah, but I think those two guys are just about to fight. What the? What? Who's him?
In A Way Out, you will experience something new all the time. Everything you do in the game is unique for that scene. We want you and your friend to be focused and engaged throughout the entire story. But let me tell you, this is just the beginning of what you will be experiencing in A Way Out.
Give me a gun!
Get him! Run, run, run!
Relax, man, I got this.
And that was the first look at gameplay from A Way Out. Thoroughly, I think, an impressive game, just from a conceptual standpoint. Now, it's one of those games that also was the case in something like Unravel, which is also one of the EA originals, is that they find someone who has a very specific concept and then they turn it into something real, something tangible. And I think EA did that very well. Now, it seems like 2017 is a year where a series that has taken a little break is coming back. That is the case with Assassin's Creed Origins, which we will take a look at a little later during the show, but also the case for Need for Speed, a series which came out in 2015 and was kind of underwhelming, but now is coming back in a very big way with Need for Speed Payback. We got the initial reveal just a little bit before the E3 press conference, a couple of days beforehand, as is the case with many reveals these days, but the actual gameplay trailer came during the EA Play press conference. So I think we should take a look at that right here.
Koenigsegg Regera, 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. We intercept, then grab the cargo.
It'll be part of a convoy.
What are you thinking?
Quick hit and run. Get me close to the truck and I'll take care of the rest. Get me close to that truck before it hits the tunnel. The house won't let us anywhere near the truck. We gotta take out those cars. Get rid of these guys.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get that truck.
Look out! Shit! Damn it!
What the hell?
This guy's out of his mind.
There's something much bigger going on here.
What's the play?
Forget the tunnel. We get him before he reaches the city.
Guys, more house cars headed your way.
These guys are tougher.
Freaking tanks is what they are.
They're going down either way.
Take him out, Ty.
Guys, city's coming up fast. Jess, I've got a really bad idea.
Mac?
Ladder on the side. You can get up on his right.
It's now or never, Jess.
Do it. Keep it steady.
Jump!
up, Tanks. Let's take this baby home.
Let's see what she can do. Okay, boys. Let's even the odds.
So that was Need for Speed Payback, coming November 10th, 2017. I can't wait to see whether EA or the developer, Swedish developer Ghost Games, can actually fix this. Because, as you know, with 2015's Need for Speed, there was a bunch of problems. Always online, the rubber banding scandal, a lot of sort of controversy surrounding the release of the game. But I hope that the Need for Speed series is coming back, and it seems like this sort of payback heist focus, almost Fast and the Furious like, really fits the series well. So rounding out the official conference is actually a trailer not from the conference but from EA. You see, because we were constantly speculating whether BioWare would finally unveil their new IP, something they've been working on for 4 years now. And they did. They did a small teaser reveal for the IP called Anthem, a sci-fi open-world cooperative shooter for you and up to 4 friends to explore a vast open world and sort of in a Destiny-like setup, it almost seemed. They did have a very small teaser trailer and then saved, weirdly enough, their full reveal for the Microsoft conference. But since it is an EA BioWare title, I thought we could take a look at the official gameplay reveal right here. So let's see how Anthem plays.
Hi, I'm John Warner, Game Director for Anthem.
Freelancer.
Fraxley.
Listen, there's trouble. Big trouble.
What did you do?
I made a mistake. I hired some people. They weren't freelancers. I know. They said they could handle it, and the price was right. I thought maybe...
Unbelievable.
You're right. It was stupid. I'm sorry. But they're still out there. Somewhere. If you could just bring them back. Anything you need.
I'll get to it tomorrow. All right.
In the world of Anthem, you and your friends are freelancers, the heroes who leave the safety of the walls of Fort Tarsus to explore the unknown and protect humanity. Let's join 2 players as they head out on an expedition.
Hey, Paul. You ready to go?
We're just grabbing some supplies. Just about ready.
What are you going to use today?
I decided to go with the Colossus.
I'm going to use my Ranger. Try out some new upgrades.
Every player will own an array of exosuits we call Javelins. These suits give players superhuman capabilities and are heavily customizable so they look and play how you want.
Bam. Looking good. Nice. You've got a mortar equipped.
Yeah, I got it on the weekend. You lead the way, I'll follow.
This is a vast open world you explore with your friends. Each Javelin exosuit has its own unique playstyle. The Ranger is balanced and all-purpose, while the Colossus is a tanking powerhouse.
All right. Let's see what's up here.
The world of Anthem is hostile, and threats can come from any direction. It's a dynamic world where the unexpected is around every corner.
I'm not sure we want to use all our supplies on this guy.
Yeah, he seems like a problem for another day.
We're Taking some fire from up ahead.
I'll go low. You flank.
Hang in there. Almost there. Have you been in there yet?
I haven't. We should do that later with Kim.
Yeah, you could use the XP. Hello, treasure. I think we got some action up ahead.
Anyone, we're under attack. Anyone in the area, we're under attack.
I think that's part of Praxis' mission.
You can equip your Javelin exosuit with gear that brings devastating power to combat.
Oh, there are a lot of scars down there. Oh, the scars have a heavy.
Time to use that mortar. Yeah, give me some covering fire. There's a bunch more coming in.
Okay, I'll get this round. Oh, come on. Be something good. Oh, yes! Jar's Wrath.
Oh, nice.
Large-scale world events like Shaper Storms are dynamic and pull you off the beaten path with the promise of new stories to discover.
Oh, Shaper Storm incoming. Okay, actually, let's get some more people. Hold on a sec.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, what's happening?
Right behind you.
Whoa.
This storm is getting crazy. So what are we supposed to do? Fly into him?
All right, let's do this.
See you on the other side.
Our story is out there.
So that was Anthem, a new, completely original story, a huge new IP for both EA and BioWare, launching in the fall of 2018. And that actually rounds out the EA press conference. Overall, I thought it was very underwhelming. A lot of cool reveals, as we've seen in the trailer right here, having A Way Out, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and Anthem. Sort of this, of course, being accompanied by FIFA, Madden, NHL, the usual sort of sport thing, and also Need for Speed. But very light on new reveals, and a lot of overall just sort of a weird conference with a lot of sort of jarring sort of breaks in between. So I wasn't that hooked on it, but maybe you feel differently. But later that night, after the EA Play event sort of begun the madness that is E3, late that night we had the Bethesda E3 showcase, and I think the two biggest reveals to take away from that, of course, Dishonored: Death of the Outsider was revealed. Doom VFR, Fallout 4 VR, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim is coming to PlayStation VR. So a lot of that stuff, which is great. Skyrim is coming to The Elder Scrolls Legends, all of this stuff. But I think the two major reveals that was really impressive during that conference was Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus and The Evil Within 2. So I thought we should start by taking a look at Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, their full reveal, which is an amazing trip of 60s insanity mixed with killing a lot of Nazis. So let's take a look at that right here.
Here you go, Peggy. There's everything your mother ordered and a ration card. And here's a lakritz schnecker just for you.
Wow. Gee, thanks, Mr. Wilson.
Hey, Peggy.
Hi, Bill.
I'm gonna get you out.
Get it on.
Hang on, I'm gonna get you out of there. Hang on, buddy. Just hang on.
Lethal, help!
Look out!
Good girl, Lethal. Bravo Hund. Lethal, no! No! Stop it, Lethal! No, that's enough, Lethal! Lethal! Bad girl.
Good nutrition is a matter of state security.
Wunderbar soldier who ever lived. Power of thunder.
Welcome back to round 3. Now is where it gets really exciting on America's #1 game show. Okay, hands on your buzzers. Here we go.
The Honorable, you must exercise self-control.
Just illegal.
Darker shame, darling, darker shame. Thank you for all the joy and pain. Picture show, second balcony was the place we'd meet. Second seat, go Dutch treat, you were sweet.
The old and the weak are doomed.
William, I prayed for you to wake up.
You've gotten so fat.
Zed says we're having twins.
Frau Engel. She's been hunting for you. She's been moving heaven and earth, and today she found you.
You think your hero, William Joseph Lescotch?
Monsters did this.
Not monsters. Men.
Have you taken your German lessons?
Hello?
Come on, Peter, let's go someplace else. Mom, no buts!
Oh! Bitteschön.
Danke.
You, 1 strawberry milkshake, please. Oh, I hope you don't have a fire back there to put out. If so, I'll come back another time.
I'm sure the fire can wait, Commandant. 1 strawberry milkshake coming right up.
Fireman, I recognize your face. Very Aryan face it is, too. Are you at a Station 1?
There you go, Commandant.
Oh, vielen Dank. Now you. Show me your identification papers. Please.
We gotta put the fighting spirit back in the American people.
You shoot on Max! Smile!
Just who the fuck are you, white boy?
Stay calm. Let me first make it absolutely clear that I am not a Nazi.
What you say? You say you're a Nazi?
Oh, fuck this.
Motherfucker!
Let me say this again. I ain't no goddamn Nazi.
Hey! Now you bring Super Special back in and you put him down right now, or I will shove this grenade so far up your ass.
Lady, I got precious little time for your bullshit. We've been trying to make contact with your group. We're organizing for a revolution in America.
We? Shit!
Take cover!
Relax, man. It's just a duck. Oh,
bitch got a sick sense of humor.
For the longest time, I've been hearing through the grapevine about this resistance. Leader named Horton.
You know, my ma always said, never trust a man can't handle his whiskey. So you sit right down, sit there, Billy, and drink up.
Oh, goddamn.
Now listen, Terry Billy, I respect your ambition, but there's nothing can be done no more. The world has sank into the crapper, and all we can do now is drink this whiskey and watch the vortex suck it all down.
Didn't expect your belly to be quite so yellow.
We stood up against the imperialist war machine of the United States of America and the greedy money men of Wall Street who was itching to send the children of the proletariat off to die in foreign lands so that they could be filling their coffers. It weren't their sons bleeding on the beaches.
I got kids on the way. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna raise them in a world run by these Nazi assholes.
You take freedom away from the American people, you're playing with fire. And I intend to pour some gasoline.
Yeah, and that was the very lengthy, but I think overall worth it reveal of Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, the sequel to the New Order that we have been waiting for so long, and it just looks zanier, weirder, and better this time around, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's out on the 27th of October. So moving straight into the other big reveal at the Bethesda E3 showcase, and that is The Evil Within 2, the sequel to Tango Gameworks' Shinji Mikami, the creator of Resident Evil, his new sort of horror action series. That got also a very samey cinematic reveal. So let's take a look at that right now. So that was The Evil Within 2. Now, I was loath to go through the Bethesda E3 showcase, but it was surprisingly short at clocking in at just a bit over half an hour, and these were the two major reveals. So let's move on quite swiftly, I think, to the Xbox E3 showcase. Of course, the major thing to take away from all this, of all the amazing trailers that were shown, is the reveal of the Xbox One console itself, which is was just an amazingly powerful reveal. Now, I think we should start. There's a bunch of things shown, obviously, so I'm looking through all of the crazy things that that happened. Of course, the major thing was the Xbox One X, of course, being revealed. $499, comes out on November 7th, and I think the overall sort of presentation was very strong, and amongst them, we saw of the games shown, there was a bunch of indies. Cuphead got a release date. Ashen looks really good. The Artful Escape, Last Night. We don't have time to look at all of these trailers, but one thing that I wanted to mention real quick is that we got the worldwide premiere for Metro Exodus, the new Metro game from 4A Games, which is not exclusive to Xbox, but is still coming sometime in 2018. So I think we should take a look at some of the trailer right here. So sadly, we don't have time to show you all of these trailers. We have a bunch of stuff to get through, and it can be a bit jarring to go through each and every one of them. So all of these trailers are, of course, available on your Gamereactor domain of choice. I will hurry on swiftly to another major reveal, which, of course, is Crackdown 3. We got to look at the campaign for the first time, and they published a pretty cool trailer with Terry Crews, who was revealed to be one of the characters in the game. So I think we should take a look at that right here.
Are you a beast?
Motherfucker. They killed the power around the world. We're gonna light it back up because this is far from over. In fact, it's only just begun. That's why we brought in you. You got the talent. Now you need the tech. Big things too far! Today, you throw grenades. Boom! Tomorrow, you'll be throwing cars. Forget dropping bombs. You're dropping buildings. Now it's time to get to work. Time to step up your boom. Oh, that's my cue. It's go time. Yeah, son. Oh yeah. Welcome to the agency.
Determination to conquer all my ambitions. Made it to this position, and so my disposition. Not seeing no limits, killing the competition. Yeah, I'm a beast. Now I'm released. Ready to feast, calm and peace, not released. I think that I'm number one. Just to keep it 100. 0 to 100. So you have a opponent. Are you a beast? Are you released? You ready to feast? Look, do you a beast? Not released. Do you think you're number one? Can you keep it 100? 0 to 100. Show me how much you want it. Some people never have trouble. That's why they don't know what the struggle is. I don't pay the cost, and they don't the boss. Analyze my losses. Now I'm taking off. Yeah, I'm a beast. Now I'm released. Ready to feast.
So that was Crackdown 3, a little weird reveal actually, because I can understand why you would focus a lot of your attention on like spotlighting the fact that there is a single player campaign, but what really impressed everybody about Crackdown 3 was the destruction and the cloud computing power that they're using in the multiplayer, which they didn't talk about at all. So that was really weird. So moving on to another thing, I think that really pleased a lot of Xbox players was the unveiling of the sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest, which is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. It got a really short teaser trailer with no release window whatsoever. So, but we hope to get it soon. And here is the reveal trailer. Really dystopian mood piece here, but overall a very impressive presentation from the Xbox conference. I think a lot of people were really pleased to see the series come back after The Blind Forest did so well. So I think we should round out. Of course, there was news from State of Decay. It's coming out in early 2018. The Assassin's Creed Origins worldwide reveal was here, as well as the Anthem stuff. We don't have time to walk through that. And Sea of Thieves got another trailer, which is of course all well and good, but no concrete sort of release info to speak of. But let's end with the console itself before moving on to Ubisoft, which really took the cake here. So let's take a look at what the Xbox One X is. So that is rounding out the Xbox press media briefing from E3 2017. The console itself, $499, launches on November 7th, together with Crackdown 3, and it looks thoroughly amazing. It is both the most powerful, but also the single, like the smallest console that Microsoft has ever built, and I think we can all agree that it looks absolutely astonishing. So in that regard, I think it looks fantastic. Moving on to the Ubisoft conference. We started off with a very impressive demo, too lengthy to show here, but you can go to Gamereactor.com or .dk or .eu to see it. Was Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Shigeru Miyamoto took the stage together with Yves Guillemot to talk about the game, and it looked fantastic. I think we can all agree that that is one of the absolute, to me at least, one of the absolute highlights of E3. Moving on, though, to arguably the biggest title that they have had on show there was Assassin's Creed Origins. A game which is coming back after a break, 1 year break for the series. So really, it has a lot of weight on its shoulders. But overall, I think that the reveal itself handled that weight pretty well. There's still some kinks to work out, I think, technically, and we still don't know how different it actually is. But they did do a lengthy reveal from the press conference, and I think we should take a look at that right now.
Hi, I'm Ashraf Ismail, game director for Assassin's Creed Origins. I've waited a long time to say that. Almost 10 years ago, I, as many of you, fell in love with a game. That game took us to the Third Crusade. And we fell in love again when it took us to the Italian Renaissance. Over the years, this amazing series has taken us to the American Revolution, the French Revolution, Victorian London, and of course, to the Republic of Pirates. For the 10-year anniversary of Assassin's Creed, for our fans, for ourselves, and for all newcomers, we wanted to go back, very far back, to show how it all began. Since Black Flag, over the last 3.5 years, we have poured our energy, our talent, our passion into bringing the land of pyramids, pharaohs, and mummies to life, to bring ancient Egypt to life. Now, Egypt challenged us. It fundamentally challenged us to reinvent what it means to be Assassin's Creed. And over the next few days, you will see, play, and feel this reinvented experience. I am deeply honored and proud to be here representing the amazing work of a phenomenal team, and thrilled to finally be able to show you this beast we have been building. Without further ado, here is a taste of Egypt.
Across your screen, got you in the air. 15 minutes of freedom, still can fit so many. Still relax your chain, yeah. All my blood is in vain.
So that was the trailer and presentation of Assassin's Creed Origins. Of course, there is a lot more video to take away from that. If you navigate through to your Gamereactor domain of choice, you can see a lot of the cool stuff that they have prepared for us. I didn't want to leave without taking a very brief look at the Crew 2, which was also unveiled during the Ubisoft press conference coming out in early 2018, it seems, and there's a brief gameplay presentation. I don't have time to show you the entire thing, but let's take a brief look at some of the stuff you'll be doing in the Crew 2.
Forge your own path off-road through the striking beauty of nature. Tame, unpredictable waves on the open ocean, rapid waters, or narrow rivers. fearless pilot rules the skies, spin between buildings, through the clouds, among stunning perspectives.
So that was a brief look at what the Crew 2 has to offer in early 2018. Basically, now they're adding both boats and airplanes, which means that you can traverse by car, by bike, and by boat and by airplane. So basically, you have a lot of means of transportation available to you, and you still have the same gigantic sort of representation of the United States, like North America, basically, where you can go from the East Coast and all the way out to sunny Los Angeles in one go, and switch now in between various means of transportation during your travel. So that was basically one really cool thing that was unveiled during Ubisoft's press conference. Another thing, actually, which is kind of weird but also really exciting, is that the people that really miss Assassin's Creed Black Flag, they got something that was specifically for them, which is an online version of the naval combat you got in Black Flag, and that's called Skull and Bones. It is strictly online, and you can play together or against each other in a variety of modes, and you can see how that looks right here.
Sail! Flying hostile colors! All sail! Ride the wind! All hands on deck! Position fixed!
Open fire!
Nothing will save you now! Brace for attack! Woo! Drown, you soggy nutmegs!
Don't let bloodlust cloud your purpose. You're here for the loot, and so are your rivals.
Store the goods, then back to your station.
The team that escapes with the most loot claims victory. Searching for more targets on the horizon, our sloop of war spots a rival pirate ship further inland.
Also, a very short look, a gameplay look nonetheless, at Skull and Bones. Something that I think surprised a lot of people. A new IP, but not really, because it's very much sort of based in the naval combat that was introduced to us via Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So, but overall, pretty cool. Let's move on to something else. I wanted to briefly touch upon Far Cry 5. It's a game that is coming out next year. Sadly, I think it was pushed out of this year. I think Ubisoft wanted it out this year, but no. Which had a weird sort of reveal, very short, but very powerful nonetheless, with the player moving through Hope, Montana, shooting down and taking over this small village, which has been taken over by religious cultists, which is basically the setup of the game. So let's take a look at how that turned out.
We got piggies. Town looks like a war zone. Where do you want me? Water tower, got it. I'm in position.
You will be cleansed! You will confess your sin! You will atone! For only then will you walk in the light of our Father and be delivered!
Boom, boom, motherfuckers.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, bang, bang.
Boom, 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 boom.
Behind you.
Bang, 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 bang.
Gonna need more help.
I love the way you walk, and I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk, and you talk that talk. You knocks me out off my feet.
Looks like you could use some help.
Boom, 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 boom.
Target
bang,
a
bang,
fucking
bang,
quad.
Boom, 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 boom.
So that was Far Cry 5 coming early in 2018. Overall, I thought a bit, a bit lukewarm reveal. I had expected a lot more. Now, the main thing to take away here for me personally is that the game is not built in the Dunai engine, which was used by Far Cry 4 and Far Cry Primal, as we knew on the new consoles, but it's actually on borrowed tech from the Ghost Recon Wildlands team, and I think as a result, it looks a bit jagged, a bit edgy. I love the backdrop though. Hope, Montana is a really, really excellent idea for some really provocative content. It's just not, I think, there for me. Now, also, remember, there is huge, long, sort of cinematic reveals from Starlink, Battle of Atlas, which is their new sort of Toys to Life kind of experience, and also Beyond Good and Evil 2. We don't have time to show you those, but Beyond Good and Evil 2, the reason why I'm not showing you that, because arguably I think a lot of people think this was the biggest reveal of E3, is that there's not a hint of gameplay to be found within that right there. So that was actually Ubisoft rounding out a lot of new reveals, which I thought was really strong. They came out really strong. But let's move on to Sony. Sony now didn't have a lot of new games to show. It was actually like an echo of last year's conference. But we begin with one of the new reveals, which completely had a lot of Gamereactor faces up from their seats and clapping and hooing and being very, very happy. And that is, of course, that Sony revealed a complete remake of Shadow of the Colossus. Let's take a look at the reveal trailer right here. So that was Shadow of the Colossus. The remake is scheduled to release sometime in 2018. I thought it looked brilliant. Of course, it doesn't take precedence over something completely new, but it is obviously a really, really cool reveal. So, other than that, of course, God of War got a new trailer. I think maybe the best trailer of E3, which is called Be a Warrior. It's a bit on the lengthy side, but obviously worth a look. And it also reveals that God of War is planning to release in early 2018. So I think we should take a look at that trailer right here.
Are you gonna do it? You said I was cursed. You think I'm weak because I'm not like you.
You do not know everything, boy.
No. But at least I know the truth now.
The truth.
Hang on, boy!
Okay!
The truth.
Long way from home, aren't you? And here I thought your kind was supposed to be so enlightened, so much better than us.
The gods of these realms don't take kindly to outsiders, trust me. When they find you, and they will, they'll make things difficult.
Wait here. I will handle this.
Wow, that was something, that fight.
On our journey, we will be attacked by all manner of creature. To be effective in combat, a warrior must not feel for his enemy. Close your heart to their desperation. Close your heart to their suffering. The road ahead is long and unforgiving. No place for a boy. You must be a warrior.
But not everyone is bad. Mother always said to be open to those who can help.
Who you were before doesn't matter. This boy is not your past, he is your son. And he needs his father.
What is this?
It's the world serpent.
So that was God of War. We are very, very swiftly running out of time. There is more E3 coverage to be produced, and I have to produce it. So we're going to move on. Of course, Sony did have more than that, actually a lot more. Days Gone received a lengthy gameplay demonstration, and so did Spider-Man, actually. And a lot of people were really pleased about that, including myself. But overall, I think Sony had a really strong showing. Again, but it was really much an echo of last year's conference and not really a new reveal. Something like Sucker Punch's game would have been really favorable, I think. Moving on now to the last conference to round out this year's E3, and I'm of course talking about Nintendo. And they had a bunch of cool games, and I think chief amongst them, of course, is Super Mario Odyssey, which releases this October on the Nintendo Switch. Let's look at the trailer right here. Det skal jeg have. Dinosaurspil? Nej, Super Mario Odyssey. Biggest game that Nintendo had to show. They obviously had some pretty big reveals which did not really receive a trailer, like Metroid Prime 4 of course is coming, but only received like a logo. And the same thing happened to Pokemon for Switch. Pokemon, the mainline Pokemon game, is coming to Switch, which is I think a huge deal, but obviously they didn't have anything to show. It was just a guy saying, this is coming and it's so cool. It's not a lot to show in that regard, but I still think that it was one of the cool things at the conference is that this is happening. I'm really glad that it's happening. So another thing that was announced, which is only coming next year, but that is a new Yoshi game, which is, I think, one really cool new reveal for the Switch. So let's take a look at how that turns out. Worldwide reveal of a new Yoshi game. Now, the game actually has no title as of yet, but looks, I think, really robust. The sort of the way you switch between different angles is really cool, and having more sort of locally centric multiplayer games on the Switch is of course a big plus. Another game that falls directly in the same category, which was also revealed during Nintendo's E3 Direct, was a new Kirby game. It is now tentatively called Kirby for Nintendo Switch, but I think it looks amazing and we should take a look at it right here.
Sometimes you need a hero. A sword swinging, fire wielding, stone cold hero with an insatiable appetite?
So that was Kirby for Nintendo Switch, a game which is also releasing sometime next year. Nintendo had a lot of these pretty vague announcements, which I think is set to mask that, like, these for this fall, they don't have much more than Super Mario Odyssey. I don't know what else you would need other than that, but that is all for 2018. A game that actually releases this year, on the other hand, is Fire Emblem Warriors. This is finally time for Fire Emblem to properly debut on the Switch, and that has become a big series on both on mobile devices and also on 3DS during these past few years. This is also the trailer we'll be rounding out with, and there was a lot more in the Nintendo E3 Direct, but as I said, 2 of them didn't actually receive proper trailers, and other than that, there's of course Xenoblade Chronicles 2 rounding out the reveals from the Nintendo E3 Direct. So let's take a look at Fire Emblem Warriors releasing this year on Nintendo Switch.
We're under attack! Mother's in danger!
If she's up there, then...
You two must keep going. No, I'm coming with you! I am Marth, the Prince of Altea. We've come here to save you.
Remember that you can rely on your friends. We're with you.
Get it together, you two. If you can't do this, who can?
You fought your way this far. There's nothing you two can't do.
No matter the danger, we can overcome it if we're working together.
All right, let's move out.
Working together, we can finish this!
So that was Fire Emblem Warriors releasing on Nintendo Switch later this year. And that is it for our big E3 sort of round out show. It's been it's been some slow days here as we're slowly sort of gathering strength that is left from E3. It's been a big expo this time around, a lot of reveals, a lot of announcements, and of course there was too much to actually fit into this 1.5 hour show. So for anything that we unintentionally or intentionally left out, you can navigate to your Gamereactor domain of choice and you can see all of the big trailers. There is also big previews coming on all of these upcoming titles that we have coming from our people that were in Los Angeles to celebrate the expo and to cover all of the games. So please stay tuned for those as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.